Hey guys, Jacob with Jacob Comics. Alright, we have a really fun episode today. We're going to be reviewing The Amazing Spider Man number 4. So, all you Spider Man fans out there, including myself, are we going to find out what's going on with Mary Jane? And what happened 6 months ago that's made everybody so mad at Peter? Well, before we get dived into that, I do want to let you guys know about my 300 subscriber giveaway. Now, when we hit 300 subscribers, we're going to be giving this book away. It's Absolute Carnage #1, Murdero's store exclusive variant cover. And all you have to do is like the video, comment down below, and be subscribed to the channel. And that'll give you a chance to win. And when we hit 300 subscribers, we'll raffle the book off and somebody will win the book. So good luck to you. Alright guys, let's get dived into Amazing Spider-Man #4. Now as always, there's a couple things that we gotta go over before we get completely dived into the issue. First off, I want to let you guys know that we're gonna go heavy into spoilers. So if you don't want to be spoiled for Amazing Spider-Man #4, that is your warning. Next up, I do want to let you guys know about the comic book, the creative team on the book, because without the creative team we wouldn't have a comic book. So to start with, we have Zeb Wells as the writer, we have John Romita Jr. is doing the pencils, Scott Hanna is doing the inks, Marcio Menez is doing the colors, and VC's Joe Caramagna is doing the letters. And we do have a foreword, so we'll go ahead and start there. And that goes like this. Peter Parker has the proportional speed, strength, and agility of a spider, adhesive fingertips and toes, and the unique precognitive awareness of danger called spider sense. After the tragic death of his Uncle Ben, Peter Parker understood that with great power, there must also come great responsibility. He became the crime-fighting superhero called The Amazing Spider-Man. 6 months ago, Peter Parker did something, and now he has to live with the consequences of what he did. His debts have racked up. He's burned bridges with most of his friends. He's betrayed Aunt May's trust, and MJ has moved on from him. Tombstone is at war with the Rose. After kidnapping Spider-Man and beating him senseless, Tombstone revealed his plan to stage a massacre and blame the Rose and his gang for the crime. Meanwhile, for a more personal flavor of revenge, Tombstone had his right hand, White Rabbit, kidnap Daily Bugle editor-in-chief Robbie Robertson. Why? It may have something to do with Robbie's son Randy and Tombstone's daughter Janice's recent engagement. Alright. So to start with, we're getting a little bit of Mary Jane here. So we got Mary Jane with this very Mary Jane looking little girl, and I'm gonna go ahead and show so you guys can see. Yeah, that's what's going on there. And she says to the little girl, "Are you ready for our night words?" And she replies, "Yeah." And Mary Jane says, "Okay, here goes. Good night." Little girl says, "Good night." Mary Jane replies, "Don't let the bed bugs bite." She says, "I won't." And then Mary Jane says, "If you want anything, whistle." The girl goes, "Hoo hoo." And Mary Jane says, "What do you want?" And the little girl says, "I love you." Mary Jane says, "I love you too. See you later, alligator." And then the little girl goes, Mary Jane says, "Then you say, after a while, crocodile." And the little girl says, "But there's a lady in the window." And Mary Jane says, "Rami, it's time for bed. There's no lady in the window." And you see Black Cat coming in. She says, "Actually guilty as charged. Hey, MJ." And MJ says, "Felicia? It's good to see you, but, bedtime." And Black Cat says, Sorry, have you seen Peter? I'm trying to get a hold of him." Mary Jane replies, "No, we don't really I haven't heard anything from him. Everything okay? Black Cat says, yes, probably, maybe. No big deal, but there are rumblings on the street. He got into it with, hey, you know what? It's nothing. I'll find him and I'll let you know. And Mary Jane says, oh, okay. And as Black Cat's leaving, she says, cute kid. And the little girl says to Mary Jane, who was that, Mommy? And Mary Jane says, a friend from a long time ago. And just kind of pause right here for a second. That is all we get of that. So I kind of wanted to stop here and sort of semi review a couple of the things that are going on here, because this is the first of the reveals that we've gotten and it's like all that we get. Yeah, definitely little girl is definitely calling her mommy, and she seems to be acting as though she is the mom, although you see in the beginning she's trying to teach her how to do she's like, are you ready for our night words? And then she's like, yeah, and she says, okay, here goes, good night. And then they go through it. She almost as though it was something that they've only been practicing since recently. This little girl's name is Rami, and I don't, yeah, that's kind of all we know there. All right, moving on. So we got Spider-Man, and he is, as like in the last issue, he was left by Tombstone with all of Tombstone's gang, and told him his plan and everything, like you saw in the forward. So he's stuck there right now. He's in chains. He tries to break the trains. He's like, come on, come on, come on. This is no time for my spider strength to fail me. Tombstone did the supervillain thing. Told me his whole plan. His men are gonna carry out a massacre disguised as the Rose's goons. Kind of ran out of creativity when it came to me. I'm just gonna get shot in the head. Chains aren't budging. Think they're made of titanium, adamantium if anybody asks. Only gonna get one chance at this. Spider sense will go crazy right before he pulls the trigger. Save my energy, make one big move, roll over, get my web shooters on him. Why isn't my spider sense, as the guy starts to squeeze the trigger and it's not working, and some guy comes up, he goes, whoa, hold up. The guy goes, Kareem? And Spider-Man's like, Kareem. And Kareem says, change of plans. Boss wants us to peel off. And the other merc says, Tombstone said that? What about the bug? And Kareem replies, he just wanted to scare him. Leave him, man. Let's go. Spider-Man says, this Kareem guy makes a whole heck of a lot of sense. And this merc says, screw that. I did 5 years in Rikers because of him. And Kareem says, I get where you're coming from. I do. But this... And he hits the guy in the head with like a Billy Club nightstick. Throws some keys at Spider-Man for him to unlock the cuffs. Kind of helps him unlock the cuffs that he's got on. He goes, you pulled me out of a burning car. I'm not going to let you go down like this. And Spider-Man says, the massacre, has it started yet? He goes, nah, man, but it's close. They're still getting ready upstairs. And he goes, hey, I think Tombstone's going after that friend of yours, Robertson. And Spider-Man says, gotta stop the shooters first. And he goes, yeah. He goes upstairs to, stop what's going down. And then we see the older gentleman is being escorted into this room by White Rabbit, where he meets Tombstone, and he says that you never wanted to be my friend. Even when your boy started chasing my girl all over town, I hurt, but I gave you your space. Now Randy thinks he's gonna marry my Janice. And he goes, what? And he goes, that means people are gonna talk, which makes you a loose end I've got to tie up. And then we go to Spider-Man, and he basically starts making his way through all the bad guys that he, all the Rose's men, and at the same time, he gets a hold of on the phone Robbie Robertson and tells him, we've got or Randy Robertson and tells him that his dad's in danger. He needs to go back and check in on him and make sure everything's okay. Still continues fighting through all these criminals, catches some in some webbing, beats a lot of them up, continues to beat up more of the Rose goons, the Rose's goons that are or people dressed as the Rose's goons, and and then he finally makes it up to the top. At the same time, they keep kind of interspersing panels of Robbie Robertson making it to his dad's front door, and then he finally makes it, and this guy's like, hey kid, slow down, um, and then we kind of find out basically the reveal here is Spider-Man comes up on the Rose, and he thinks it's not the Rose, and he's like, Tombstone even had one of his goons dress up like the Rose. Yay for you, buddy. Here's your prize. As he just punches the dude in the face, right there. As he punches the Rose in the face, and then he gets over and pulls his mask off, and he goes, "This isn't dress up. This isn't a game. This is Richard Fisk, the Rose. This is the Rose. I'm not in Harlem." And then we get back to Detective Robertson and Tombstone, who actually seem to be enjoying a cup of coffee, and he walks in. He's like, "Randy," and he goes, "Dad, are you okay?" says Randy, and his dad, Detective Robertson, says, "I'm in shock, to be completely honest. Alonzo here tells me we're going to be related." And he says, "Tombstone didn't hurt you?" Says, "No, he just wanted to share the good news. I firmly suggested he use a phone next time, but Alonzo." Um, and then so basically, like, the reveal there is that Tombstone's daughter Janice is now engaged to, because she proposed to him, if you remember in the prior issue, is now engaged to the commissioner's son. So yeah, kind of a conflict of interest there, and I guess they were talking about it, and I don't know. Tombstone's like, "Relax, Janice, I don't do that anymore." And obviously we got Spider-Man in the other panel, kind of just figuring out what happened. He's like, "I was under the Rose's hideout. These are his men. Tombstone tricked me. I just won his war for him." And and then Tombstone says to his daughter, I decided there were things in my life I wasn't ready to give up, so I left it to the proper authorities, and just starts laughing, as he had basically tricked Spider-Man, and Spider-Man's not very happy about it. Tricked Spider-Man into doing his dirty work for him, basically, so he didn't even have to fight the Rose. And yeah, so now Spider-Man is now definitely he is definitely going to be heated at Tombstone on that one, right, guys? Um, you know, like I kind of, I guess, been saying on this one, I'm hoping they don't tease out this reveal of what happened for too long. I guess, like, I was really hoping I was going to get some more in this one. So I'm begrudgingly giving Amazing Spider-Man number 4 a thumbs up this week, because I liked kind of the twist that Tombstone played on Spider-Man, and the twist that Wells played on the reader, because going, I didn't get it until the twist happened, right? I didn't know Tombstone said. I was still thinking, Spider-Man's working through all Tombstone's goons that are dressed as the Rose's goons, and then even when he shows up on a guy dressed as the Rose, I just thought it was Tombstone had a guy dressed up as the Rose. So that was a pretty good twist they had there, that it was actually a setup, and then that actually the reason why Tombstone has been trying to talk to Commissioner Robertson is because his daughter is getting married to the son of Commissioner. Yeah, so that was, and that kind of explains too. I was like, who are these characters? I was so totally lost when they kind of you know, oh, there's this son and this daughter. I was like, why are the, now I see kind of what's going on there, and definitely, like I said, that's a conflict of interest. The the police possibly in cahoots with with the criminal underworld, the criminal element. I don't know, but that's not something you want, anyways. So I, yeah, like I said, begrudging thumbs up. I'm really enjoying Ramita's art. It's just such a throwback. He's got this, you know, yeah, I love it. I don't know. There are some panels where some of the goons' faces are, you know, maybe I wish he'd spent a little bit more time on it, but you know, like you give and you take, and like I just love the way he draws Spider-Man. That's like he's got, yeah, man, he's got that old school Spider-Man feel and look, and I like it. And yeah, Wells gave us a little bit this week. Let's. I really do hope. I really do like I said. There was a little bit of teaser there. Um, I really do hope this all makes sense in the end when we get to it, right? And I hope we're not going on a journey of not knowing what happened 6 months ago until issue 12. I hope we learn a little sooner. So, you know, within the next couple of issues, I would like to at least find out one of the answers. You know what I mean? Like whether they give us some more of what's going on with Mary Jane and why, or maybe what he did, what did Spider-Man do that's caused this, um, caused everyone to leave him. I mean, obviously now we've got Black Cat's kind of probably going to be showing up, and she's worried about Spider-Man. All right, that's what I have, guys. I give Amazing Spider-Man #4 a thumbs up, and yeah, if you guys like this kind of content, like, comment, and be subscribed to the channel, and that'll enter you to win the Absolute Carnage #1 Maximum or Murderos variant cover. And yeah, if you guys want to help support the channel, click the link below and shop on my eBay store, and I'll send you some comic books. All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow, and have a great day.